Ooh.
Oh, look at this. High CPU usage detected. I get all these like error messages popping up. Look on my see. Look at this. This is my broadcaster. Keeps giving me all these love notes. You may experience performance issues. Thanks. Thanks. Got it.
Thanks.
Anyways, let's. Hello. The device is not connected properly. Oh, it's in use. That's why. Sorry, guys.
SPY is pushing higher.
There we go. Good afternoon, friends on YouTube.
VERI, Veritone popping to the high. Victor Echo Romeo India.
For some reason, I can't find. There it is. Couldn't find our own broadcast. Oh, you know why? I had the epic pen.
Good thing I didn't pick that short on JD.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Look at JD. Well, maybe I don't have to
There it
worry about
goes.
stopping that out at 47 anymore. We'll see. Booty, you got an old, you just got the old standard HP going?
I'm the new Tiger. I'm Tiger King.
Yeah, did you guys,
Yes.
did you end up
Nice
sharing
face.
that picture? Hold on a sec, let me.
Yeah. Hey, it's
He's on the
new.
screen now.
Oh,
Yeah.
he is. Wait a second. Why don't I see him?
He's
There
on
you go.
camera.
This is what I look like when I go out shopping.
I don't.
I gotta get one of those.
Okay, well, don't
If-
take it off yet, Brian. I can't get the camera. Hold on. Let me just restart here. One sec. You got to see what he looks like.
Would well when you're out in public and you're touching your face. People look at you weird.
There he is.
I'm sure it would be great for picking up girls, but every time I go close to one, they run away.
There he is. You know why they run away, Brian? Because you're approaching them on all fours. So
Dow Jones
Take a
reporting new federal
Oh,
guidelines to put
shit.
onus
Is
on
that it?
governors for reopening the economy. The buck
I wish you'd
stops
have
with the
told me that
governors. White
earlier.
House official says guidelines
Would've-
to include county level
Would have
medical
been
data
more
for
like
governors.
Homo erectus or something.
all right, I just turned off Benzinga, so we don't have that. So apologies to guys in the room, as always. Look at this. People are sharing their setups here.
Cool.
GE Force. Hey guys, don't forget, if you're going to share your setups, there's a formal way you can do that. And you can win. Andrew likes to buy people things. So up above, you can see the link, right? If you share your trading station with us, I'll put the link down here so you've got it again. Andrew's going to buy you like an iPad, an iPhone, an Android device, whatever you want. He'll buy you something nice. And by the way, if you do win, don't be afraid to ask for something really expensive. He's a sucker that way. He's not listening again, is he? Anyways. But
There you go.
a Ferrari. There you go. Ask for a Ferrari, Chris. See what happens. I don't know.
Yeah.
Papa, can you buy me a Ferrari? I need a trading Lambo. Problem is nowadays, who needs a? You're not going anywhere. Where are you gonna go?
Yeah.
Your fancy new car.
Yeah. Everybody's been saying how little gas they've been using.
Yeah, well, like I was saying, it's such a shame when gas prices are so low, right?
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
Yeah.
I want to take a trip somewhere just so I can, get half cost.
The
on
only
gas.
gas that we use is we take my son out for driving practice.
Less-
So
Oh.
Hey, who posted this picture? Booty. Have you considered an anti-static pad? Just a thought. Hardwood floors aren't especially conductive. However, especially if you have cats, it's a good idea.
Yeah. People that look like cats.
You don't want to put things right on the floor because they can you can get static build up and discharge
Ah,
into your device.
Yeah.
Look at this. That's cool. It's a fancy machine.
Spy is pushing higher.
Looking forward to
We're gonna.
seeing
We
what.
can always build a nice little stand too, just to keep it just off the ground.
You guys, I should show you with. You wouldn't believe what I'm doing here. So I literally have an old drawer, a shelf from one of my children's desks on a bunch of bricks. Like that's my shelf where the thing sits down, so it's up off the carpet and off the floor. I figure it's brick is a good insulator.
It is.
But anyways,
The
it
Dow,
works.
we've gone.
Sorry, Brian.
I was just gonna say, Dow's gone green.
Can you? I would really love it if you could look right into the camera and growl for me. That is like an awesome mask.
It's just it's so easy. It's just a little dicky thing. A little dicky. Yeah, Mustafa.
It was
He's starting to touch my face now. Keeps the viruses away.
yeah, that's awesome.
So we've got these different ones. We've got ones with half the Joker, with the big lips and the
Oh
yeah, it has features too. Mhm. Yeah, we got one of those. We got Yoda. We've got I think what else have we got? Trying to think here. Oh, and if you have your own picture, like for example, if you have a favorite pet, like a hamster or a dog or a cat, we can take that picture and just literally put it there. So you can take your dog out for a walk and look like your dog if you really want to.
It's like, have you seen?
Where did you get those, Brian?
What's that?
Where did you get those?
Oh, this is a place in White Rock called Ethical Addiction. But I think, yeah, you can order them. You send a picture that you want to put on the mask. They'll print it for you. But I think you can find them online too at other places. If you're in the States, for example, I'm sure I think they're doing the same thing in the States. But these are bamboo, so they're environmentally more friendly than cotton, and they're microbial, lightweight, and a little lighter weight, so you don't sweat as much. So there you go. So you can look more fashionable, as I think we're all going to end up wearing masks for the rest of the year.
Yeah, for quite some time it seems like.
Yeah, for the foreseeable future. And yeah, in New York, didn't they made it? They made it a law that if you had to wear a mask or something.
Yeah, executive order.
Executive order. Thank you.
Wow, Bruce actually has chickens under his desk. That's a very unique setup. You certainly have to submit that one.
Exactly. It's easy. Yeah. Well, trying to set an example. AMD's pushing higher here. mRNA has had a good day. Abbott's had a really good.
I like that, Carlos. They're not letting you into places if you don't have one. Now everybody's going to know what it feels like to be in the military when they won't let you in a store because you're not dressed properly.
Yeah. Didn't know that was possible.
Yeah. So at least on like Marine Corps installations, you got to be in proper what we call proper civilian attire. You can't just wear your shorts and a tank top to go into any store.
Oh, I see. Well, BA is they were airlines and the BA seem to really be in the doghouse today.
Yep, LC, no PT in the PX.
What else is? We still got all the favorites. Let's make a list of things that still seem to be working. Amazon, definitely. AMD, still on fire.
JD.
JD, yeah, another big one for JD today. JD kind of had a good day, and then it kind of petered out at the end. So I kind of thought maybe that was going to be done, but it's still
Yeah.
strong.
Still working for me here. Yep,
Are you long that?
I am. From
Nice. Where did?
I'm long that from last time we spoke, Brian.
Okay.
So
Since we last.
so you can look back. I got long at 45.75. So, and I've just been holding.
Oh,
Yeah,
since we spoke last time a long time ago.
exactly. This morning. So when you
This morning.
mentioned Peter's long JD, if you remember this morning in the chat,
Yeah.
I still have some. I don't have much left, but I still have some. So
Yeah, that really it just just looking at it here. You got it on this opening range breakout, I'm assuming,
for
through
me,
the View app.
yeah, exactly. It was a moving average cross. It sort of did a little the ABCD underneath
Yeah.
it, and then it broke through, and then paused. I took it at that pause. So yeah.
Very nice. That was a nice trade.
So I'm holding. So I haven't actually taken a trade this afternoon because I'm holding that and Verizon. Verizon has been boring as anything, but it's working.
How did your AMD trade work out?
AMD. I should have held it longer. AMD. I got all out. So we took it for this drop here, this triple top drop, because you took MU at the same time, right? That was right around noon.
Yep.
And I got out
Right
just
around
below
noon.
VWAP at 56.70 because it was like $1, the $1 mark for me for my entry, and it went down almost another dollar. So, anyways, so it worked out great. I remember I said I was hungry, so I just got out of my shares, and it bopped around VWAP and then dropped again. So, but anyways, yeah, no complaints there. Another good trade. So. Although I think I've made more, yeah, I've certainly made more off of Verizon and
Yeah.
JD.
It was a good drop off. That MU went down nicely too. I thought for sure MU though was gonna hit a wall at 45, but it just blew through that. So I took everything off right in front of it.
MU is still down on the day. Still in the AMD.
AMD's up.
MU's down 2.2. AMD is up 3.5. It's quite the disparity. Although it is AMD's getting some profit taking now.
Yeah, MU is the only of the major semis that are down because Intel and Nvidia are also up.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, the SOXL, the ETF is up a little bit.
Tesla thoughts into the close. Let's see what's Tesla up to. Yeah.
Tesla's rolling over here now too. Some profit taking.
There's more time in the day. Tesla looks like it's on a rolling increase here, and it might go higher. I think it's going to run out of daylight, though. And with 15 minutes left, yeah, it doesn't have time to do much. Magic 8 Ball. I did not use the Magic 8 Ball for any of my trades, Master Chief. I haven't used it in a few days, actually. Maybe it's getting lonely. So, actually, one of the things we can revisit, speaking of the Magic 8 Ball... So I look at the SPY on a daily. The Magic 8 Ball predicted that in the month of April, the SPY here will break 218. Being that it's now up at 279, and then we're halfway through the month. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that the magic 8 ball is right, but hey, I gotta be careful. Knock on wood. Maybe.
Careful, don't cross that magic 8 ball.
Yeah, I know exactly. I'll aggravate it, and then
Yes. So Peloton has really. There's another COVID trade for you. That's really. It's up near. Isn't that near the pretty much close to the all-time high? Isn't it? Let's take a look here. Yep,
yeah,
you were
yeah,
right
it
at
is.
all-time highs.
Yeah,
We actually got through all-time high today.
yeah, I see that. Wow.
Got quite a bit of orders sitting up there at 48 area, Peter, on JD on the level 2.
Oh yeah. Let's see here, JD. Oh yeah, 152,000
Wonder if it's gonna try to
shares.
push there.
153,000 shares. Yeah. Well, it's a little. It's got a little ways to go. 50 cents is a long way for JD in 10 minutes or less. We'll see. We shall see.
Why have you asking the magic 8 ball for advice?
Why am I?
Are you? I said, are you?
Are you? Well, I said I haven't in the last couple of days. I feel like it might get lonely. Hopefully it doesn't get mad at me. Maybe I should.
You should be asking.
Magic 8 ball. Will JD hit $48 before the close in 11 minutes?
Here we go.
Oh my. Magic 8 ball says signs point to yes.
Ah,
Wow.
right. Well, that's not. That's not doesn't sound overly committed though.
Well, let's just say the signs point to yes. That's true. But I mean, I think my question was reasonably specific. We'll see, I guess.
Yeah. SPY is in an upward trend right now.
Yeah.
At least on the 5 it is. It's kind of consolidating on the 1 and 2.
Yeah, pretty. Yeah, it's kind of just hanging around here. We've got 10 minutes left.
I was starting to think about what happens next in the markets, and overall markets are one thing, but stocks that we're watching. I was thinking, I wonder if we're going to see a fall off, because you're talking about Peloton. It made me think of things like Peloton and Netflix. Like, what are the commercial goods that are doing really well during people's isolation? Right? People are buying Peloton bikes so they can work from home. More Netflix utilization. Do we think there's going to be a Disney subscriptions are up, Disney Plus? Do you think there's going to be a backlash on these things once people are freer to go out? And of course, we're heading to summer for North America here, where we might see a drop off. Like Netflix might actually lose subscribers rather than have net ads, which would be a first. Would there be Peloton sales decline or monthly memberships decline? I'm just wondering, worth watching these things to see if they have that type of impact. Because there's going to be a lot of businesses picking up, but there's got to be some that are going to be losers.
Yeah. I think the subscription base, they'll at least be able to maintain the subscriptions for a year, because most everybody gets it a year at least.
Could be, or they just forget about it.
And had it on auto renew.
Yeah, exactly. I just had to cancel one of those.
I have a safeguard to that, though. I have the safeguard to the auto renew. That's my spouse. She definitely lets me know when I forget to unsubscribe to something I'm supposed to unsubscribe to.
Yeah.
9 minutes, Peter. 25 cents.
I know. I was trying to keep it a surprise here, but it's like...
Wow, the SPY just took a big jump there.
Yeah. Wonder if it's going to try to test the high of the day for it.
seem to be kind of settling out here. Oh, AMD came ripping back.
I know, Jerry.
Look at that. Right off the 77 level, 56.77, my favorite entry.
Come on, Magic 8 Balls. Magic 8 Ball.
Look at it, it's going. It's trying.
Yeah.
What have we got for liquidity above here? Ooh, there's a lot of...
It's almost like, at this point, it will be almost a relief if it doesn't happen, because,
well, it's just...
it's a lot of pressure
the
for
sign.
when the Magic
The
8 Ball
signs are
is...
pointing.
I know. Signs point to... Well, that's fair enough. Brian, I like how you're making excuses for my inanimate object here, but it's very kind of you. We don't want to...
CCL's popping.
We don't want to offend the Magic 8 Ball. It might, might have issues.
Yeah, we don't want to get it angry.
That's right.
Yes.
All right. AMD.
Spice pushing higher too.
AMD's moving
Oil's
up.
bouncing.
My goodness.
Big. The one I was really disappointed in today was BB Bed Bath and Beyond. I thought for sure that was going to get some type of move.
I just from having watched it in the past, I know that it's rare that it moves well. And today, when it's sort of at the open, when it started to act a little funny, I'm like, yeah, I'm not. Just mean really wicky, and it just didn't look great. I thought, okay, well, no surprise. I'm not going to fret too much if it doesn't pan out. So I just let it be, and especially with it now down at $5, like it's not going to have a huge move in it. I don't think Bed Bath and Beyond's not the type of thing that's going to move 20-30% normally. I mean, it's already up. It already it opened basically right at this level, right? So it already opened up 15-17%. Yep. So I think it was up 71 cents if I recall at the open. So JD lost it. How close did it get?
Yeah.
47.84.
84.
I feel sort of obligated to hold my trade until the bitter end, just because like I probably would have sold it back at 47.80 when it got there. Just might as well capitalize. It's not, you can't go much farther, but at this point, I will trust the 8 ball.
Yeah, trust in the 8 ball.
I will trust the 8 ball. I mean, what the heck, right? I've got
4 minutes.
I've got $2.
Yeah, about 4 minutes.
$2 on it now, on a trade that I took a 10-cent risk on. So, gotta like that return. It's not bad. It's 20-1.
Yeah.
I was just looking at earnings. I don't see a lot of earnings after the bell.
No.
Nothing really that I'd ever watch, really. This ISRG, I've never even heard of. Intuitive Surgical, but they've got $1 billion revenue for the quarter. So,
well, I think the problem with isn't that the remote, allowing surgeons to do remote operations.
Is it?
So if you want I think that's the company that has these robots, and the guy sits at home and he does your knee replacement with a robot.
I don't know if I'd be signing up for that.
Well, I think
I guess
it's.
it's supposed to be.
I don't think you have much of a choice. If you're in a remote area and they can't get a surgeon to you, that's how they
Uh,
manage it.
Well,
Let's.
no, I think. Well,
yeah.
I think it's a lot more. I guess the machines won't let you forget pieces of equipment in your body. It's always a positive.
I guess so.
Like some people. Yeah, I don't know why level 2. Whoops, on AAL. Is that probably? It's probably in. Yeah, I don't know. There's it's obviously got a lot of people trading it, so it's got a lot of institutions are probably trading it, so you've got a lot of people buying and selling, taking positions. See, Codex is.
Yeah,
last year.
that level 2 on the AAL is definitely hard to read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going the wrong way.
Yeah, going the wrong way.
I'm watching. I gotta be careful here because my machine hasn't had a good history of executing things with all this stuff running. Oh, no. Come on. I'm gonna give it to 30 seconds and then I'll hit the button.
So it looks like we're going to go out pretty close to. Is this close to the high of the day here?
Close. End of the day,
Yeah,
280.
pretty close. VIX is selling off now. We got 30 seconds left, and you said there isn't. I didn't see much in the way of earnings for the.
No.
And then tomorrow there isn't much in the morning, so.
Okay.
Got a whole heck of.
We're gonna click here. Hello? I don't want to click it again. Okay, alright. Whew. Okay, I'm at. Oh, crap. Verizon.
2 seconds.
Okay, alright, I got it. Woo, that one was close. Hold on. Let me go check here. What's my execution time?
You can always get a fill aftermarket probably.
On Verizon?
Well, on
Yeah,
Verizon,
probably. Actually, I did. Officially, it looks like my fill was after 4 o'clock by half a second, so.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. So
All right.
Good couple of almost all-day trades, basically, so. Like those. I forgot about Verizon. It's too bad. I could have got
Wow,
out of that
look
one.
at that wick on Verizon too.
I know, I didn't even see
At
that.
what? 350? Wow.
Could have got out of Verizon a little higher. Oh well. I completely forgot about it. So excited about JD. Well, I'm not sure. I'm going to call that a draw for the Magic 8 Ball because as Brian points out, it said the signs point to yes. And being that it went from 47.50 up to a new high of the day at 47.84. I got to give it some credit that it called that increase. It just couldn't quite get to 48. So
Yep.
We
gave it the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't say, a definitive yes.
Absolutely.
All right. So we'll call its record intact. We'll call that a draw. As I said, ISRG is the only thing reporting close to the close, although there is a transport company, Martin Transport, MRTN, that's supposed to report right now. It's only $200 million in revenue. Let me check and see what their volume was. Yeah, only 300,000 shares traded today, so no interest in that. ISRG, less than 1 million shares on that as well, so also no interest, so nothing good there. Yeah, well, Jennifer, it's an interesting, on Planet Fitness, or like I know like my gym, I haven't been charged gym membership fees for a month now, and so they've got to be hurting big time. Now it's privately owned, so in my case, it's it's not a trade, but it's worth thinking about those things. Like there's going to be companies that are going to have huge impact in the short term that are going to recover a little bit later. There's some that'll recover immediately, and there's others that are actually going to suffer as a result of things coming back. So I don't know. It's it'll be interesting because it also depends on the scale of this. Like the recovery, I put this in air quotes now, maybe so slow and gradual that it's going to be a long time for companies to readjust their business models, which may make it tough to figure out who's actually winning and losing, right, out of this.
Yeah.
So
Definitely going to be a challenge for gyms. That's probably one of the better venues for spreading germs. Everybody handling equipment and huffing and puffing.
yeah.
Not that I do that, but it's all the other people around me.
I've heard some people enjoy doing that type of stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, let's call it a day, and hope everyone had a good day today. We'll see you in the room tomorrow morning, and
Maybe I traded
we'll wrap
this
up the week.
Verizon on my shirt. Verizon's not on my shirt. It's Virgin. I thought they were maybe a sponsor. Thought maybe that's why Verizon worked for me. Anyways, what we should do before we close here, let me just take a look at a couple of the stocks that we were watching today. Because we had some stuff on our list that didn't pan out. So we were talking about, so what was our watch list for this morning? Well, at the top it was Bed Bath & Beyond, BBBY, because they had earnings after the close yesterday that we talked about on this show at the close. They gapped up, as I mentioned, and then, frankly, didn't do much. I really didn't like the price action of the open. Look at the big wicks and the movement, and frankly, those are the biggest candles of the day. Arguably, you could have said there was some trades in here, but I was watching it just for the first half hour, and by 10 o'clock, I didn't see anything I liked. So I just stopped watching it, because I know BBBY often does, like what you see here around 1. You can see all that terrible sort of price action. So I don't think it was a good trader at all. And Master Chief, I'm talking about BBBY. Another one on our list was RCUS. RCUS was on the list because of there was a rumor of Gilead taking a stake in them, but it actually got halted like within 2 or 3 minutes after the open, or maybe it was like 4 or 5 minutes. But see these candles that disconnected? It was terrible. Like I watched it for a minute and really look at the really low volume. Then it got halted. Then a ton of volume came in and it started to move sideways. And I said, you know what? Not even worth watching. These low float, actually it's not a low float, but these types of stocks that are on rumors of investment or takeover, if they don't have good consistent movement, then I just don't bother watching them. Verizon we talked about. Now Verizon was in the news sort of indirectly because they were buying a small company called Blue Jeans, which was a competitor to Zoom. I was just watching to see what would happen. I was thinking that they might pull back a bit, which they did. I did not get any of this trade at the open, but I did take it long off of the previous day close, just thinking that strong company, no other reason for a downturn. If the market just remained stable, I could get a reversal, and it was more painful than I had hoped because I got in and held it all day, but it did work out. On our list today, what else were we watching? Hertz was mentioned prior to the open. I think they had applied for, they said they needed help to avoid bankruptcy. They were looking for some government support. I don't know that they actually got it. I'm not sure if Mike or Brian, if they did, but...
No, I just think they had mentioned that there was a chance that they were going to be insolvent unless they got some government help. So I think that was the sort of the news wire information. Just before you go on, Jess has just asked me a question about Microsoft.
Sure.
And he's saying that on the level 2, there was a big ask at, somewhere around 180,000 shares. I'm guessing that was at a whole number, probably. So, and Andrew and other members like Eamon and Thor, we all mention when we're looking at the level 2, we look for big bids and big asks. which can be counterintuitive. So if you're hoping a stock will go up and you see a big ask, 20 cents above where you are, it can be counterintuitive. You can be thinking, well, there's a lot of selling, people waiting to sell up there, but it's actually more often than not, it's often a bullish sign. For example, if you got a big ask, because the price of the stock is probably good. They're anticipating the stock moving that far, so they'll get a fill there. So that's kind of why they sit there. But like all indicators, and in the case of Microsoft, the one you noted, like all indicators, nothing is 100% accurate. And if there was a 100% accurate indicator, everybody would be using it, and it wouldn't be 100% anymore. So I'm thinking in that case, in that particular case, it just was something that just didn't, it just didn't materialize. So it's not a failure of an indicator. It's just an indicator that just didn't work out in that particular instance. So, and I've seen that happen. I've seen big asks stacked and never getting there, or not getting through there. But that happened, I think, I was watching I think it was mRNA. At one point, it had a big stack of bids around. I think it was either 40 or 39. I remember playing it through that whole number because it just, was clearly, I think it was 40. It clearly was going to go through there. But it just had a huge stack of asks at 40, and it just took a couple tries at it to get through it. So anyway, sorry. Okay, back to your.
No, that's good. Actually, mRNA is a good leading because that was today you took that trade. I remember I was surprised because you even said I'm sort of chasing this, but you saw that level 2 action, which is why you took the trade. But you can see
a few other people jumped in a little earlier on it than I did, and yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, it had a great move off of the previous day close, and which was down at 37.25. So you can see there's a lot of that one move up. This was like the move on mRNA for the day. We mentioned JD. JD I traded just because it had been moving well the last few days, and I was looking for an opportunity on it. It wasn't, a super great trader through the day, but it was consistent, right? It just sort of steadily moved up for me, so that ended up being a great trade. A couple others that were a surprise. Roku. Now, I got to give Carlos credit on this. Carlos in the pre-market show said he was interested in Roku. He loved the daily. He liked what he saw. And look at the move that Roku put in. I mean, right off of VWAP, you could have taken this for a good $13 move, actually, up to the high of the day. And, held it for the rest of the day to see what happened, even if it didn't go anywhere. So there was a good safe trade through the open you could have taken for a long. And I was really surprised on that move on Roku. I know others of our members were watching Boeing. Boeing had a tougher day. It ended up down. It gapped down this morning and just continued its move down. I was pointing this out earlier to our members. To me, 3 times it put in my favorite pattern, which is the double top with a 50 moving average cross. If you look at a 1-minute chart here on Boeing, you can see it clearly. Where the red is the 50, and you can see double top here right above VWAP, and then here's the moving average cross. You can go short and taking that down. Here again, double top, moving average cross, and again a third time, double top here, moving average cross. You notice the patterns are getting smaller, so they're getting tighter together as we went through the day, and the move got more shallow, but still there was that great opportunity. So Boeing was a potential trader today. The last one I'll look at that I can think of here is AMD. And I should be sharing my screen. Am I not sharing my screen?
It's not in the chat room.
I was sharing my screen. Hold on here.
It shut down.
Oh, that's weird. All right. Let's share my screen again. I had been. Where's my screen for you guys? Oh, that's why, because it doesn't look like. Here it is. It's the screens into infinity. All right. There. But now you should be able to see my screen. Sorry, guys. Can you see it now? I don't know what happened there, why it shut down. Yes? No? Can people hear me?
Yeah,
Okay.
we can see it now.
All right, just making sure.
Now it went away.
Yeah, no, just making sure. Now it went away again?
Nope, now you're good.
Oh my good lord. I'm getting confused.
You are
Okay.
good now.
All right. Netflix was one of the. Oh no, sorry. Well, I'll just look at Netflix briefly. People are watching Netflix to see what happened. To me, choppy price action, hard to play. Some big moves here. I didn't see any good, nice, clean entries that I like. Even these tops were a little ragged. So no clean movement in Netflix. The last that I just keep a sort of a constant eye on is AMD. And AMD I loved because I didn't get this move up, which upset me, but I kept watching it, and then it put in a beautiful. It's not really a Head and Shoulders. A Head and Shoulders would have the middle one a little higher than the two shoulders, right? The head's higher than the two shoulders. In this case, though, like sort of a triple top or bottom line, it put a multiple top pattern. Again, moving average cross here, and look at this beautiful drop. So, great opportunity to play this for $2 if you got into it for the full move. I only got about half of that, but I did get some of it, so that's good. And then it sort of chopped for the rest of the day. So good move on AMD. Mike, I know that you played, so those are the ones that I had. Mike, you played MU for a similar move, well, at least similar time frame, but you were playing the right here
So
at noon.
it's almost a similar move too. I got in at 45.82 at 12:01.
12:01, so right here, right at the VWAP, basically, or right below.
Yep, right there.
Yeah.
After it broke down past VWAP, came back up, and then I had a support level that I was waiting for it to drop again. When it broke that, I took it all the way down to 45. That's where I got all out because there was a lot for 968 on MU, and usually when I see that, that's gonna give some resistance, but it didn't. It busted right through it, made that big wick, and popped right back up, and then chopped for the rest of the day.
Yeah, well, not a bad place to have gotten out at 45 anyways, because you can see it sort of bounced around, consolidated there for a while, so probably would have gotten out there anyways if you didn't manage to get some out just a little bit lower. So, well, all right. Well, so that's it, guys. Those are the big movers for the day. How about in the room? Anything else that people were watching? I know a couple of people were looking at space. I didn't really see. I mean, it's interesting because space moved. It went down today, but I didn't. I didn't like the price action when I was sort of watching it live, so I didn't see anything particularly exciting. In hindsight, I can see sort of a little double top and the moving average cross here, but I much prefer, by the way, when these double tops and moving average cross are actually at the highs and lows of the day, or double bottom and the moving average cross. They're much stronger. However, they still can work at other times of the day. But yeah, I think that's all we had. So Amazon, tough trade, but might keep grinding. Hiltzy is. Let me take a look. I haven't looked at Amazon in a while. Yeah, because it's such a high price stock. It's hard to trade. You got to take so few shares. Yeah, that would have been a hard trade. I don't see any obvious entry points for me on this. If you're really aggressive, you could have taken it right here. See how it bounced off of VWAP, but look how sharp that bounces. That would have been hard to take. Hard for me to take anyways, with the way I trade. But potential. How about Microsoft? Sure, let's take a peek at Microsoft. Wow, interesting. Microsoft made the same. So this this wasn't a market pattern though. Let me just check back on the SPY now. Microsoft has, look at this pattern. It looks just like what we looked at on AMD, right? Triple top, almost flat on the three tops, moving average cross, same drop. Here, the bounce or consolidation was a little bit below VWAP, whereas at AMD it was right at VWAP, but still, that pattern is very, very similar. Other than that, I don't see any great opportunities throughout the day. It sort of moved around a bit. Sort of roughly, this pattern, roughly looks like the SPY that I've got immediately below it in the same scale. So, but which happens, right? Microsoft most usually follows the overall market. But yeah, other than that one trade, I'm not sure if I could have actually taken any other. Even this move up through VWAP, I would have been looking for a lightning bolt here, which would have failed, so that wouldn't have worked. This entry I couldn't have taken. Yeah, I don't see anything else that I would have taken with what I play.
That would have been a tough entry on that last pop through VWAP.
Mm-hmm.
To being so large and no pullback.
Yeah. Rajesh, yeah, at the bottom of my screen, what you're seeing there, yes, that's an RSI line that you see, the purple one. I threw it with the volume, so it's just out of the way. I don't really use it much. I used to use it more than I do now. In fact, I rarely use it at all, but it doesn't get in my way, so I don't worry about it. In fact, for the most part, I forget that it's even there. But as you can see, yeah, the RSI, if anybody's not familiar, it's really just indicating overbought and oversold conditions. The problem I have with it is things can stay in an overbought or oversold condition for a very long period of time. And it's also time frame dependent. Like the RSI changes every time you change your chart, and I don't like that, right? Because if I look at an RSI, if it says it's overbought on a 1 minute time frame, why would it not be overbought in a 5 minute time frame on the same stock? But it isn't, because of the way it calculates. So anyways, that's just my personal issue with RSI. But the blue line, Mui, yes, the heavier blue line is VWAP for me on all my charts. Yeah. Peppo, you're asking how can I see a 1 minute chart with this clarity for the whole day? I mean, this chart is mostly the width of my monitor. My monitors this is a 27-inch monitor, so it's, what is that, 2/3, 3/4 maybe of the monitor width. And I'm operating at a standard resolution. I don't even know what my monitor resolution is offhand, but so
Probably 1080.
Yeah, probably. So you should be able to do the same thing. This is not how I normally look at my charts. I found it interesting. I put these here just for display, but it's actually relatively useful. Let me just see here. Show you what my monitor resolution.
I found it actually quite useful with the recent market to always keep a 5 minute chart of the SPY up, as you can really kind of pick out the direction that the SPY is going with when you look at it from all the way from the open to the close.
Yeah, so all my monitors are operating at 1080p at 1920 by 1080, you can see here. So that's what it's operating at right now. And I guess it gives pretty good resolution. You can see this. I usually keep the 1 minute SPY up, Mike, because I keep this SPY roughly in this size nowadays, and I find that on the 1 minute I can see all of the variations, but when I zoom out to the size that you see here, it almost looks like a 5 minute to me, right? Because I can, I can sort of see, I don't see the candles as big. So here's a 5 minute at the same size. I just find I lose the gradation. This one, when I zoom out, I just want to get a feel for where is it moving at the moment, and I sort of can see that generally with a 1 or 2 minute chart. So anyways, I find it useful. But, it's funny how when you look at different people's setups and platforms, everybody's got a different setup. And there is absolutely no right or wrong answer. It's whatever works for you. It really is. The other thing, my charts are black, not white. So, again, display purposes only. I won't go into that again, but we have a running argument, let's just say. A running discussion. A gentleman's disagreement.
A running discussion over.
Yes, over what works and what's good and what's not, but it doesn't matter. All right. With that, thanks so much, guys, for being here, Mike, as always, and Brian. I think I scared him away already as I keep on talking, so I'll let you guys go for the night. Have a good one. Tomorrow we'll be back with more earnings on a Friday, last day of the week. And we got some good ones in the morning. Procter & Gamble, Schlumberger. We don't usually trade Schlumberger.
And then
they're hard.
For everybody else, don't forget Dr. Katz is doing a special workshop around the coronavirus at 5 Eastern today. So in about half an hour in the classroom. So that's open to anybody, and it's more of a discussion. You can ask him any questions related from personal all the way through trading. It's really open to you. It's an open discussion.
Perfect, and thank you, Mike, for that as well, and for mentioning it. I should have done that. So excellent. Last thing I put up on the screen here just to share with everybody. If you're interested in joining us, first off, if you're watching on YouTube, we'd really love it if you click that like button. If assuming you liked it, and if you have any comments, feel free to send them to us either in the chat, within YouTube, or you can email us. My email is peter@bearbulltraders.com. I've got with me Mike at bearbulltraders.com. It's basically, if you know any of the moderators, it's our first name at bearbulltraders. We'd love to hear from you. But if you're looking to join us, you can use the 1 week membership, $24 discounted price for pre-market 24 if you want to give us a try, or if you're ready to commit, 40% off lifetime. Earth Day is the discount code. So you can feel free to use that. We'd love to see you. In fact, we had a couple of new members today that joined us way up in the morning. They were saying hi, and we appreciated them joining the room, and then some later on during the day. So it's good to see when people are joining the room and starting to enjoy the services and the conversation that we have. So it was great. So yes, we'll see you, hopefully, our members in the classroom, you said, Mike?
Yes, in the regular classroom.
Excellent, excellent. So we'll be in the classroom in about half an hour from now, about 35 minutes. So see you then. Have a great night, and talk to everybody tomorrow.
Yep. Thank you, everybody. See you tomorrow morning.
Later, Mike.